Hello, guys. So, welcome to Breakthrough with Jeff, the place where we live life with zero limits. My name is Faith Munyoki, and we have here Jeff. Jeff, you can say hi to the audience.
Hi to the audience. My name is Jeff Israel. Yes,
So today
I'm
we
happy.
have So today we have an exciting session for you guys. I am actually looking forward to having this session and hoping that people are getting empowered. Please keep looking out for this the videos that we are posting. We are having such amazing, deep, profound conversations, and if you're not watching them, you're missing out. Please stop scrolling through Facebook or scrolling through Instagram. Go and look out for the videos that we are posting about the conversations between Jeff and Faith, because they're amazing. We know when Jeff shares his stories, some of the things I've also gone through, you get empowered. So to start us off, even on that note, Jeff, there's something that I want to read for you.
Mhm.
I read it on LinkedIn, and for a moment, I wanted to be discouraged. I
Mhm.
almost got discouraged, but also by the time I was finishing reading the note, it was from someone called Kimani Patrick.
Mhm.
Um, yes. So he said, and this is the thing I want you to talk to us about today. He says,
Mhm.
I have many friends who are small business owners who are miserable. They hate their businesses. They wouldn't encourage anyone to start a business. They think it's a terrible idea. They want easier ways to make money, feed their families, and make a living. The
Yeah.
dark side of being an entrepreneur is that there's an extreme amount of discomfort in this world. There's anxiety, failure, frustration, and the thought of giving up. It's terrible at times, especially when it's not going well. Sometimes it's even terrible when it's going well. I don't even know what he meant. Yeah, maybe you'll explain for us that it's overwhelming. You shouldn't do it. He tells people you shouldn't do it unless, of course, it's something you can't stop thinking about. Our culture seems to romanticize the idea of self-made entrepreneur, one of someone who starts a small business to chase their dreams and do what they love, of someone who creates a startup to change the world, of someone who dares to live on their terms. But here is the harsh truth. Doing something you're passionate about, like a startup, small business, or even just any passion based pursuit, it's only really worth it if you're deeply invested in it, if you're doing it to the best of your ability, if you're not being lazy, if you're not taking shortcuts, if you're not being reckless, if you're not half assing anything. The dark side of being an entrepreneur is that you're responsible for everything, every failure, every problem, every hiccup. Sorry. Um, you might lose things, you might lose money, sleep, peace, friends, and all that. It's hard. People might talk crap about you until you start doing better than them. Then, when you do, they'll put you on a pedestal and then feel awakened. Then he says, but of course, it's not all that bad. Running my own business has led me to meet better quality people, live with more freedom, learn to work smart, learn to bounce back, ask for help, learn to sell, learn to build skills. There's more, but these are highlights. The dark side of being an entrepreneur is the extreme personal responsibility required to survive and thrive in the field. However, if you can live with this, you're on the path to joining a life that others are going to be jealous of. You'll probably be too happy to even care that they are jealous. Um, so I read this, and for some, you notice the first part, he's discouraging people, and we are coaches out here who are telling people live life the way God has called you to live. But there's so many people who are fearing to step into their purpose because of, you see, words like that. Because so many people who've started their businesses have started their businesses and their businesses have failed. So Jeff, what hope can we give people out there? You are one of those people who started out, you didn't even know where you are headed. And right now you're running a whole destiny life coaching school. You know, people are coming to you to be coached, to be coaches, and you're doing so much more. You've been on this journey where you started as D.L.C, as an umbrella, and then now you have 3 programs. I actually want you to talk to us about the 3 programs, beginning with Kingdom Success, that we are actually running with, and you've currently started running with. So welcome, Jeff, and talk to us about just not being discouraged about doing things God's way, because I believe if God has called you to do something, it might not be easy, but you just take the bull by the horn. So karibu.
Thank you so much, Faith. And it's true. Without passion, you're not going far. So let me begin there. You have to make facts your friend, and the truth must be embraced, because without the truth, then you're not going far. So you need passion. You need to love the work for you to get them. And there are 2 things if you're starting a business that you must love. Number one, the business you're doing, you must love. Like you are a coach, you must love coaching. If you don't love coaching, forget about it. Go and do something else. You must love it. There must be love. Number 2, you must love what brings the client to you. You must love marketing equally. I tell people this is 50-50. You cannot love coaching more than you love marketing. You have to love it equally, because it's marketing that brings the client to you. And so people that succeed, because statistics show that small businesses, out of 10, maybe just 2 out of 10 that survive in the first 5 years. Like 5 years, they are dead. It's because people are not able to, they don't have the energy and the passion that takes something from the ground. You need that passion that takes something from the ground, because you're birthing out something that does not exist yet. And now, as a believer, you know that as you start your business, you're also being tested in your faith. And because you have faith in God that He has called you and has put something in you, and so you don't give up because it's hard. You don't give up because it's tough. You don't give up because things are not working. Now, breaking news is going to be tough. Things are not going to work. But if God has called you,
Yeah.
this is not the thing. This is not the time for you to stop. You're being tested in your character. We are rewarded for character, not for anything else. Are you becoming the person that God is calling you to be? Like, that character is what God is looking to build. Okay? So if you want to be a businessman, you want to be a life coach, you want to be an international coach, God is building that character inside of you, that identity inside of you. And that will take a lot of trials. It will take a lot of failure. It will take a lot of doing things that don't seem to work. Can you do it again? Because success is just doing something. You find it doesn't work. What do, Faith?
You go
You do it
back to
another way.
yes, you go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, find another way. If it doesn't
Yes.
work,
Yes.
find another way. If it doesn't work,
Find
find another
another.
way until you find the way it works. That is how success, anyone that is successful, that's how they build their businesses, that's how they build their success. So you must be consistent, you must have faith in God, you must have faith in yourself, and you must take that consistent action even when things are not working, especially when things are not working. You have to, because that's when your character is being developed. And God is more interested in your character than in your success.
Yeah. So Jeff, tell us, did you, because I've told people you started out from ministry, you are in a pastoral ministry, and then you
Yes.
decided you wanted to help people coach, and then you opened your D.L.C, the Destiny Life Coaching School. Did
Yeah.
you at any point feel, have that, get to a point where you wanted to give up? where it was so rough for you, like most people are saying? Was it easy for you to get to the point where you are today?
Well, give up, I have no recollection of giving up.
Really?
When
Superman. You're Superman.
around I don't have no recollection of saying I'm going to give up. But getting to a place of discouragement, and that's different. You can be
Okay.
discouraged so much to the core where you feel like things things may not work. But giving up, that's different. That's a mindset. You give up in your mind. My mind is not wired that way.
Mm.
I'm
Give
not
us a
wired to give up.
scenario. Give
Yeah.
us a scenario of a point where you are so discouraged that maybe
Or
something
even
that
at the
happened.
beginning, like I shared in the previous video, at the beginning when I'm starting just in life coaching, I I mean, when I was selling book in my books in the bus, that was a point of discouragement. I was already a certified coach. I was already accredited, but I was not practicing because I I I just did not have the clientele, and I was feeling I'm doing so much and I'm working so hard to make things work, and they were not working. That's how I resorted to selling my book. At that point, that's where my mindset began to be shaped from pushing against and trying so hard to flow in with God and flow in with gratitude, and knowing that actually if I just resort to the person that God is calling me to be, the opportunities will begin to show up before my face. And that's exactly what happened. Because the moment I relaxed in who I am and in the faith that God was calling me, and the trust that God has everything in check and that I'm actually at His perfect will, that's when I began to get people interested in my coaching. And
Mm.
I've seen the power of being still, like relaxing in God's will, like not fighting. Like I said, it's a mindset
Yeah.
thing. If you're starting your business from a place of lack, you're starting a business from a place of struggle. Like the energy you're putting out is always the energy of I don't have a client. I I I need a client so much, or I'm going to sleep hungry. You see, that's where I was coming from, and that's where the struggle was, in the mindset. And thank God that I was able to identify that this is a mindset thing. It's not that I'm not doing the right thing, because you can do all the right thing and still fail. You see,
Yes.
success is an alignment with what God has called you to be. Success is you aligning with what you desire. Okay, so let's break this down. The kind of business you desire already exists in this moment, right now, as we breathe and speak. That business exists. Like at that moment of my struggle, Destin Life Coaching, which is today touching like all the countries in Africa. I mean, we are we are we are we are now talking of Vision 2063, of being part of the Vision 2063 and making a contribution to the 2063 vision of African Union, because we feel we are in that place where we can impact a continent. Now, D.L.C. in its potential today was already present 20 years ago. When I was struggling and when I was in fear, but I was not in alignment with the version of D.L.C. that is today. I've gone through the process of growth and all that. It is a mindset check, it's a mindset growth for you to become one with your dream. Now, right now, in the current Destiny Life Coaching class, we are in the step of redefining their vision. The students are now creating their ideal vision where they can decide this is the kind of person I want to become for the rest of my life. And part of
Mm.
it is I'm teaching them how to create a vision for their coaching business that is and align with our vision. Because you can have a beautiful vision, but you're not
Yeah.
aligning with it.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
negative, you're fearful, you're always complaining, you're always, murmuring, talking about all this stuff, what you
Hmm.
must go through, the KRS, the stuff, all that registration stuff. And what happened? You always get what you are vibrating. You
Yeah.
always get what is inside of you. You don't get what you want.
Hmm.
And so these business people wonder why their businesses die is because they have died inside. The passion is dead. The passion, you die before the business dies. Tony
Hmm.
Robbins says all the time, the chokehold of a business is the psychology of the owner.
Yeah.
That's
And
what
then
holds them. That's the linchpin.
and I like also the point where you bring in the spiritual aspect, because I think so many people are trying to do things their own with their own strength. You're
It
you're
will
not
not
taking,
work.
yeah, you're not taking time to go, because I believe that God is the one person who can give you the secrets to that thing that you're not seeing. He's the one who can point you where you remember when the disciples were fishing and
Yes.
they couldn't catch any fish a whole night, and then Jesus shows up and he's like, go to the right or go to wherever and throw your nets in, and immediately their nets were so full they started breaking. And even as human beings, what we are doing, we are getting out there into the sea, into that boat, trying to fish, not bringing Christ on board, because he's the one, the Holy Spirit knows where the customers are. He
Yeah.
knows, he knows to give you the right ideas, because even for you, you said you had to relax and allow
Yeah.
God to lead. And
Yeah.
that's why you're
So
where
true.
you, yeah, that's why you're where you are today, because you just you decided, what, God, I'm done. I'm done trying to do things my way, so you
Yeah.
show me what to do. And that's when God started working. Things started working for you.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Mm,
Yes. um, Everything starts from the place of surrender. So if you
mm,
don't surrender, you struggle within you. You are needy. I tell people needy is creepy. If you are needy, even the good things will run away from you. Your good clients will run away from you. The universe
mm,
will just send the clients that are as frustrated as you. If you're
yeah,
finding that you're always getting this frustrating client, it's
yeah,
because you're frustrated. And this is the truth people don't want. They don't have the muscle to handle. And you
yeah,
know that you can make it. You can make it for 10 years, 20 years, and your name will still be in the marketplace. If you can say, oh, things are wrong, I need to align myself, I need to work on myself, and you have the capacity to release that which is in you that is not working. Because what
mm,
people do is they try to change the external world. They're trying to change their businesses. They're trying to change their partners. They're trying to change their business partners. They're trying to change the clients and change. The person that needs to change is you first.
yes,
There is faith when it comes to coaching. My advice to my students has always been one, you must win first in the inner game. The inner game first. If you don't win in the inner game, I don't care how successful you are. I don't care how much money you make this year. Next year, you're going to be broke and your business will be out because you are not stable, you're not solid. Win in the inner game. And this is the game of mindset and emotions. You got to win in that world. If you don't win in that, where you're grounded and you're secure in those
mm,
two things, your mindset and in your emotions, you may get a big breakthrough. But after some time, you always gravitate back to the quality of your thinking and the
yes,
quality of your emotion. Very
yeah,
soon, you're going back there.
yeah,
Life always, the storms of life as a way of sieving, greatness and taking you to your place. So don't think you can bribe yourself to stardom and to shining and to becoming, that person that you aspire to be. There's no shortcut. You really must work on your inner world. There's no the blue pill. There's no the miracle pill where you just swallow and you do it. You go for it. That's why at Destiny Life Coaching, we take our students through number one, discovery of purpose. Who am I? Who am I? Because if you start your business and you don't know yourself, you're going to get the challenges that come with business, and you lose yourself. You don't even know where to start. Who am I? And then you also deal with your patterns, because some of us are bringing their childhood patterns of fear into their businesses. So we deal with those limiting patterns and break them. Then we also build empowering patterns. And then we elevate your perspective. What's your view of life? What's your view of failure? What's your view? Because if you don't have this positive view of failure as feedback, then you don't have a space in the question of success. You got to know that anything that you failing is not just failure, it's feedback. You're being told this does not work this way. Find out how it works. And then finally, we help you to build your project life vision. What is your life vision? What are you here for? And that comes from a place of building an identity that resonates with your true purpose. By the time you come out of D.L.C, you have something in your heart and you have made a decision. Even if you've not started the business, let's say you've not started the business, the fire inside of you will quicken you to start something that is aligned to your purpose. And this is what brings honor and glory to God. Because you're doing something that is lasting. You're doing something that is aligned with what God created you to be. And that's worth it. It's worth everything if you don't even get paid. But we
Yeah.
want to get paid. That's why the finance part of the business is so very important.
There's a verse, I was even trying to look it up. Maybe you know it. The verse that says a man's spirit sustains him when he's sick. You know the verse? Yeah.
No, I can't, not often.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was will sustain him. So it says, a man's spirit can sustain him during his illness, but who can bear a crushed spirit? It's in Proverbs chapter 18, verse 14. And it's
Yeah,
it's exactly what you're saying. You have to win the battle within you. You know that your spirit has to be revived in a way that even when you face challenges, even when everyone is telling you the market, there's no way you can make it, that spirit is the one that sustains you during everything. And it's, I think for you, even it's the reason why, like you're saying, you can't remember a point in your life where you thought of fail, you wanted to give up, because your
yes,
your spirit was already, strengthened enough to fight through anything
yes,
that was thrown your way, through the
yes,
challenges, through everything. And by the way, guys, it does not mean that when you start living a life of purpose, starting that business,
the
doing things
challenges
God's
are
way,
over
that the challenges are over. The challenges will always be there. But
every single
how
day.
strong are you in your spirit? How much? Because God says in his word, I give you my peace, not as the world gives. So God's peace is not saying that you're thriving in business, so you have peace. Because the world will say your business is thriving, so you have peace. But you can be
Yeah,
having struggles in your business and you still have peace, because at the end of it all, God knows best.
yeah, peace is not the absence of challenges,
Yes.
it's the
Yes.
presence of God.
So, Jeff, walk us through your journey. I want the audience to know what you're running with currently, because of this strong spirit that you had over the years. You've grown so much. You started with DLC as a coaching school, and you started doing it as a one-on-one. I'm thinking one client. Now
Yeah,
it's grown so much to a point where in a class you can have up to how
an
many students?
international school. Yeah,
Yeah.
17, sometimes 17, 15. Yeah, per
Yeah,
class.
and these classes are interesting because I am a student of DLC, guys, and
Yeah,
I'm a product and everything.
yes.
I learned so much in his classes, and that's why I want Jeff to talk to us, because I always thought Jeff was just he only had the DLC school, but just having interactions with him, I've discovered that under the DLC umbrella there are three more programs, and that's what Jeff I would want you to talk to us about today.
Yes, so Destiny Life Coaching, we have a school which we run, and it's a fully accredited school where we certify internationally coaches that want to become professional coaches. And my belief is that all of us, there's a coach inside of all of us. It's only that we've not answered that call. And for me, it does not pay to be a social coach where you're just helping people and giving them advice. And most of them, they don't take it seriously, and that's why I believe, especially if you're a believer in God, who is the God of excellence, like you're wasting your time. People don't take you seriously when you're a social coach. You advise them, and they never actually even do what you're advising them to do, because they know you're not a professional coach. And that's why Destiny Life Coaching School is there, is to empower agents of change to become practitioners of coaching excellence. And then we have Kingdom Coaching, the Kingdom Success Coaching. This is coaching for believers, like people that are born again and they want to be in an environment where they can grow together and get empowered, as in the context of the Bible, in the kingdom context. So there we share kingdom principles, we share principles of success, we share principles of how, as a kingdom person, you can be successful here on the planet even before you go to heaven. We are not just preparing for heaven, we are prepared for here. Your will be done on earth as it is in
Yeah.
heaven. And so here we're preparing kingdom uh, believers to empower them with skills and strategies to succeed in all the different key areas of their life, and to be rooted on the solid rock, so that you have the certainty that whatever you're doing, number one, is has got the blessing of God, and has got, you know, it's succeeding. Because some of us, we are great believers, and we are good Christians, but we are poor. We don't have the money. We don't know how to make money, so we are frustrated. There is no connection between success and being in the kingdom. And there's so many scriptures that actually
Mm.
align with that. There is no time to go to that. And then we have breakthrough with Jeff. Now, breakthrough is for that person, that relationship, that marriage that has been, you've been trying over and over and over something, and it's not working, and you've tried everything, and now you just want to get your results. So it's a results based coaching, where
Mm.
we use a very clear strategic intervention, intention setting. You set an intention of what is it that you want, and we are very clear in every session. This is my breakthrough, and you get it in every single session. And so
Mm.
it's directed to results. What is the result? You come to the session with a very clear result. We wait from the first session. Is it worth the salt? Is this something coming from your heart, or is it coming from your head? And then we go directly for that
Mm.
breakthrough with Jeff. Is really a powerful program that focuses on the mind. It focuses on changing the mind. And like the Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is
So
he.
is he.
Yeah. And then
So
of
so
course,
so
go ahead.
what sets you apart from other coaches when someone thinks I want to work with Jeff to be a better coach or to be a coach, or I want
Yeah.
to work with Jeff for breakthrough, or I want to be in kingdom success, what sets you apart?
I tell you, Faith, I am as real as they come. I mean that's something you can take to the bank. Like um I'm not I'm not presenting a theory. And I mean that the biggest what I see in the marketplace is that people sell theories like this work like this. Like I'm coming from a background of the church, and I'm coming from a background of um, being truthful and authentic, and I'm coming from a place of everything that I've said is something that has borne fruit in my before my eyes. I've made a commitment with myself and God that I don't want to I don't want to teach something that is I'm not practicing.
Yeah.
So so that actually sets me apart. I know I'm a practitioner. That I'm a practitioner. I practice. Like when you talk about the breakthrough, the manifestation, I've written quite a number of books on that. Kingdom coaching. These are journeys that I've walked, and even when I walk with my coaches, I am sharing my journey and my life, and that's I think that is the distinction. Um, you you can't make this up.
Yeah. You can't make this up. Jeff. They are both
Yeah,
Jeff.
yeah,
You should go for
yeah,
an interview. You should go for an interview with him. It would be so much
yeah,
fun.
yeah. I should.
Ah, so
Yeah.
guys, I think we will end on that note. For that, people can marinate on the things that you've shared today, so that people can know that there's a place where I can go if I want to be a coach, because so many of you are giving advice out there on so many things, relationships, issues about business, but you're doing it you're doing it without, it's not in a professional way.
Yeah.
And people, like Jeff said, you don't even have so much impact because people are not taking you seriously. I mean, why should you advise me as who? But
Mm,
if you're one person who is thinking, I've been doing this for the longest time, people are taking advantage of it and everything, there's a coaching school that you can go, and there's a training school, sorry, that you
mm.
can go and be trained to become a coach. Be paid to do what you love, be paid to do what you find yourself doing freely. Number two, kingdom success coaching for the Christian out there who you want to get it right. You want to do things God's way. You know where to go. And then for breakthrough with Jeff, this is about all areas of life. Where do you want to be, to get results? What have you been struggling with for a long time and you're wondering, what can I do? When we started the session, I read this post that someone had shared about people being discouraged. You don't have to be discouraged if you're in a community surrounded by a community of people who can support you to keep pushing no matter what. And like Jeff, like we always introduce our sessions, this is the place where we live life with zero limits,
Zero limit.
breakthrough
Yes.
with Jeff,
Yes.
zero
Yes.
limits. So
Yeah.
sign up for any of these courses, any of these programs. Sorry, sign up for any of these programs depending on where your need is. So I'm hoping, guys, that you've gotten something out of this. If you're somewhere and you're discouraged today, this was an encouraging message for you. So keep looking out for these sessions. Unless, Jeff, you have something to share, I think today we are done. And until next time. So
Thank you
enjoy,
so much.
guys.
Okay. Bye bye. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.